Hello everyone, VJZ32 back again with another review. This one again from CollectableCards.com. Make sure you check them out. Use the code VJZ32, you get 10% off each and every order. And if you use the code VIC10, VIC10, you get $10 off their club membership, which means it only costs you $5 for your membership. And you'll be able to get access to the 1,000 deck club decks and a few other decks that are available to members only. And of course you can get there's different memberships that you can get that will give you discounts off each and every order, but for a little more money. Anyways, this is the Bicycle Day of the Dead and a deck that CollectableCards.com has come out with. It was on Kickstarter and was not successful, unfortunately, because there's been, in my opinion, because there's been a lot of other Day of the Dead decks, including one that I reviewed not too long ago called the Dia de los Muertos, and another one that did very well called Muertos, which I haven't received yet. This is their attempt. It's the Bicycle Day of the Dead. It says Bicycle on top, Day of the Dead on the bottom. There was actually another deck with the same name on Kickstarter that also did not make it. And you see, this is one of the queens. She's got a zombie look to her. In my opinion, for the court cards, it looks mostly like they're just wearing makeup and they're not actual zombies. But we'll see that in a bit. On the side it says Day of the Dead. And on the other side, same thing. You'll see a lot of blue and orange colors in this deck. Top, it says Dia de los Muertos, from what I can tell underneath the seal. Which is pretty cool that they put it in Spanish as well. The bottom, USPC info, it says it's designed by Tessa Meyer, who's also done a couple of decks for the collectible cards, I believe. Aside from this one. And you get the collectible playing cards order. Logo, I should say, not order. At just collectableplayingcards.com. The back, you see the back design, very Day of the Dead with skulls that have floral elements and a flower as well. And the seal, also custom, it's a big eyeball. So that's pretty cool. Flap, you get bicycle trademark stuff as usual. And you get some flowers over here, which is nice. It's different than just not having anything. You do get the collectableplayingcards.com ad card in there. But and your back design, which is going to be more or less a one-way back design because of the borders. But anyways, it is a one-way back design. As you can see, the borders are a little bit thick, in my opinion, because I'm counting all of that, but it's not bad. It could have been better if they made it the center thing bigger, but it's not the end of the world. To get a double backer, and I'll show you. If you look at the cards, you can clearly see from the sides. Well, intentional or not, it's a one-way because it's off-centered, I guess. And from what I can tell, it also looks a bit like that from the sides as well. But anyways, let's look at the rest of the cards. The Jokers, it says Joker in a yellow color, gold color. And it's basically a flower with an eyeball in the center. It's looking at you. The other one is the same thing. The Aces, we'll look at right now. All the pips look like this. All the cards have a kind of a bluish color in the background, in the center, as you can see, which kind of makes me wonder why they made the pips basically the same color. But spades and clubs have this blue color. It's got kind of a metallic look to it. Hearts and diamonds, basically an orange color. And there's not anything specifically amazing about the pips, but they're okay. Nothing wrong with them. But could be better in my opinion. And then we get to the court cards. You get the Viking, which really fits well with the theme. You get this guy. Interesting Queen. One thing you'll notice is that the court cards do not have any pips in them. You'll just have to go by the index. Not every deck does, but most of them do. obviously. A lot of strange characters in the court cards. Actually, this one inadvertently has pips because of that things he's holding, that wand. This guy is kind of funny. He's got weird tattoos on his bald head, and he's pointing a knife right between his eyes. Which is pretty bizarre. This is the same chick you see on the front of the box. Here's your King of Hearts. He's not the Suicide King. He's holding a skull. He's staring at it. And then we get the King of Clubs, which is a Suicide King. And he's put a knife right through his head. A big knife. I have to question that. Everyone knows the King of Hearts is a Suicide King. So why they made this the Suicide King and not the King of Hearts, I don't know. It was as simple as swapping the images and maybe changing the colors, and it would have been a lot better. I know a lot of people are picky about that, and I think it could have been avoided, should have been avoided, could have been better. And your number cards, same pips. You'll see that even here on the faces, you got more black on one side than you do on the other, making them a one way. And yet, interesting pip orientation. Anyway, memory card filled up. But I am back. These cards, as I mentioned, or may have mentioned, air cushion finish, bicycle stock, handle, just as good as any other bicycle deck. Like I mentioned before, slight one-way back design, unfortunately, either by accident or on purpose. But it is what it is, and you can get these, as I mentioned, on collectibleplayingcards.com. And if you use the code VJose32, which you should, you get 10% off each and every order. And if you use the code VIC10, VIC10, you get $10 off their club membership. So definitely go check it out. This is the Bicycle Day of the Dead, and I'll see you next time.